complexion black South Africans or Africans in general, because it's not just a phenomenon that's happening in South Africa, it's all over the world, and people are going to great lengths and dangerous lengths to try and have a fairer complexion. Skin bleaching is one of those things. So let's take a look at this insert. Yellow bone, a colloquial term used as a noun or adjective to define or describe a light-skinned black person. The label is often seen as a compliment because in some sectors of our society, the fairer the complexion, the better.
I remember a time when I too felt unbeautiful. I put on the TV and only saw pale skin. I got teased and taunted about my night-shaded skin. And my one prayer to God, the miracle worker, was that I would wake up lighter skinned. The morning would come and I would be so excited about seeing my new skin that I would refuse to look down at myself until I was in front of a mirror because I wanted to see my fair face first. And every day I experienced the same disappointment of being just as dark as I had been the day before.
As award-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o has alluded, for decades, black women in particular have gone to great lengths to attain what theorists have described as a Western standard of beauty brought about by colonization. Whether it's a superficial adjustment of skin tone via makeup,
I had bridesmaid and a bride to do makeup on, and I had one lady whom I did makeup on, and she insisted that I make her look lighter, much lighter actually. And she said, you know, in spirit it means that I just want to look brighter and lighter and look beautiful just for this day.
A dermatologist's or cosmetologist's intervention.
In a skin lightening situation, your intention is to lighten the skin complexion a few shades. That process is relatively reversible. In other words, you can get a lightening, and then with time and with normal sun exposure, wear and tear, the skin will eventually come back to its usual constitutional color. On the bleaching side, the pigment is lost irreversibly.
Or the use of harmful, toxic skin lightening creams sold illegally in street corners and found to be extremely dangerous.
You can use a steroid for short periods of time, literally weeks, before you can visibly begin to perceive a thinning of the skin, of the outer layer of the skin. With chronic and persistent use, you also get reduction in the thickness of the dermis, so the second layer of the skin can also be affected. Longer term side effects, you'll find patients will also have the skin fragility, so easy bruising, so with minor trauma, a bump, a scratch here and there, they won't take longer to heal.
Whatever the method, the aspiration of a fairer complexion is not new. What is striking, however, is that it persists even in the new South Africa.
It's not nice for us dark-skinned people because it's like, okay, because you're dark-skinned, you're not as good as me who's a yellow bone and lightened complexion.
I kind of like yellow bones. I don't know why. It's just something, I think it's that when you're exposed to it so much, you just automatically like it.
If you're a yellow bone, then everyone just assumes that you're pretty. Not looking at your actual features with, ooh, gorgeous eyes, lips, ooh, that. It's just, oh, she's yellow, she's pretty.
My mother is yellow. So I like ask myself, why is she yellow and I'm not?
My best friend is a yellow bone, and she was accepted more by people. She was seen as more beautiful than I am.
Recently, celebrities including Mshoza have made the phenomenon trend. But there are a number of complexities at play. Men are not excluded from the process. It is not exclusive to South Africa, and it's not just black people who seek a different skin tone.
It's also among Indian people as well. Like if you see the typical Indian person you want to marry, she's always light skinned. If you look at all the actors, they're all light skinned.
Sometimes people would consider us better colored because we've got nicer hair and our skin is lighter. To say that everyone wants to be lighter is wrong because you get the pale people who want to be darker. So I think it's more of the thing of everybody wants what they can't have.
My mom, she's very light and my dad is dark, and I
I'm more on my dad's side. So growing up, it was really hard because, you know, my mom and her relatives, they were more lighter than I was. But I think one thing I'm very grateful for is that my mom always taught me that you need to see yourself through your own standards of beauty, you know what I'm saying? Even though it is hard going against, you know, social norms whereby, you know, TV, magazines, the media perpetuates a certain kind of beauty, you need to see yourself and see what you find as pretty, you know what I'm saying? And for me, she encouraged me to look at things like your intelligence, you know what I'm saying, your charisma, your personality in general, your body. Yes, you're not the smallest in size, but you are still beautiful. And I think once you start having that confidence within yourself, it's something that just like it has a ripple effect, and other people start seeing it, you know, and other guys start thinking, you know, this girl, maybe, just maybe.
Ayanda Ali-Payne, SABC News, Johannesburg.